Hello everyone, I'm joined here by Mr. Dharmesh Patel from Privacy Pillar. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Sir, one of my first questions would be, according to you, how can organizations turn consent management into a strategic asset without, using it just to meet compliance check boxes?
Really good question. So a lot of companies use privacy compliance as just like a compliance check. Am I privacy compliant? But you can also use it as an asset. Um, just having a proper privacy checks in place within your system allows you to actually build trust with your customers. Right? They feel protected. They want, and they actually want to trust more. So when the customer trusts you more, they spend more with you, right? So you can use that as an advantage for your organization.
Definitely. And a lot of times, product releases, they're hindered due to certain integration of privacy by design aspects into the whole organizational workflow. So I wanted to understand from you, how can these be, kind of eliminated?
Another good question. In terms of privacy as a hindrance in the growth and the speed of the product development, a lot of times company actually takes privacy as a secondary approach. So they try to fit privacy into their existing systems, right? In order to really dive speed of development, speed of enhancement of your products and your development cycle, ideally you want to put privacy as a first approach. Figure out what type of data you store in your systems, how the data is going to flow within your organization, and if the data is flowing outside your organization, different countries, for example. If you're sharing your data with the third parties, you need to actually have that all mapped out. And if you do that correctly, you can really use it for your advantage. Now, you're not just privacy compliant, but you have all the checks in place to make sure that you know exactly where your data is, which is really, really powerful. Not just for a compliance side, but just for your technical needs as well. So if anybody tells me like, hey, where am I storing my user information, their Aadhaar card, for example, you should know exactly what system, who did I share that particular data with, and who's actually owner of that data.
Definitely, that's quite interesting because usually when companies look at privacy and maintaining a consumer's privacy, it is kind of feels like there is an aspect of marketing that comes into it, collecting the data for marketing purposes. And in an era of AI and hyper personalization of products, how can companies manage these analytics and marketing data in ways that respect user consent, without stifling the innovation?
So marketing and privacy is always, we get this question a lot, as a matter of fact, like, hey, is it, if I implement this privacy changes in my website, is it going to impact my analytics? Is it going to impact my outreach? So there are a couple of ways you can deal with that particular situation. Companies like Google, for example, for analytics, they do have a Google consent mode. So you have to be really compliant in order to actually collect the data in the first place. So when you actually implement a solution like a simple cookie banner on your website, allows you to actually control that aspect. So you actually collecting data of the user has given you consent. Right? When you have consented data, you can really use it for your marketing purposes. And if you're collecting some sort of PII, your responsibility actually also has increased, right? So just on a marketing side, you can also try to collect data, not just all purposes of you need. If you're just looking for marketing point, you're not supposed to collect data for like all other purposes, right? So you can pinpoint like a just in-time consent. It's really important to make sure that you collect data that you need, so you can really engage with those customers. And you really want to engage with the customers who've given you permission to do so, right? So you can send them the right messages. And also, a lot of times we get a lot of emails, right? So companies can figure out, hey, what is the threshold, or how many times should I send the email?
Mhm.
So you should give a user a way to set some sort of limit in number of communication per channel. For example,
Mhm.
we see WhatsApp message comes to us all the time, email, SMS.
Mhm.
So if we can figure out what way easily can user preference, so we do have something called user preference management. So user can manage their communication preferences as well, right?
Yes.
So when you collect this data, you're collecting the preferences and you can communicate them accordingly.
That's quite an interesting outlook on this particular topic, and I'm sure privacy is something that is being quite discussed at Security BSides Bangalore event today.
Yeah.
So I wanted to understand what is your opinion and your thoughts basically on such community-led events.
Really exciting to be here. Privacy and security goes together. Um, you need to know where your data is, where the data is stored, so you can actually secure that particular data. If you have a data is dispersed across different systems, different companies, different organizations, it's very hard to keep that securely locked. So I'm really having a really good conversation with a lot of people about security and privacy, how they actually go hand to hand. So really excited.
That's great. So thank you so much for joining us today and taking out some time to spend with this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sir.